Hi, and welcome to Man of the Match, the segment where we choose the best and fairest players of the Dialog Rugby League. This is Man of the Match. This week we kick off the rounds with CH and FC taking on Heavies from the racecourse ground. For our players of the week and the best and fairest, we have Dushmantha Priyadashana and Sasanka Ariyaratne. They're going to fight out for the 1 and 2 points. I thought Dushmantha had a great game taking the ball up, and he also led really well, led the Heavies team really well. So he receives 1 point from me. Sasanka, for me, he was so abrasive in the breakdown and everything he did. He also scored 2 tries, so he receives 2 points. But the man who receives 3 points, he brought a calming influence to Heavies. Every time they were in trouble or every time they needed someone to just cool everyone's heads down, he was there. Also, he was able to identify space when it was needed. The space was just on the other side when he put in a beautiful little grubber kick and they scored a try at 1 point. So Reza Mubarak is our man of the match for CH versus Heavies. For our second match, we headed to London Place, where CR and FC took on Army. To start off with, Danushka Pushpakumara, he played really well, and he was barnstorming in the forwards for Army. Every time he took the ball up, he made yards, and defensively he was really good as well. Guyan Salinda and Ashan Bandara, they controlled the match really well for Army as well. So Salinda at the back of the Army players, he received lots of high balls. The conditions were wet and slippery. He controlled the game really well, but he was so calm and steady that he just transferred that across to the rest of the players. But Ashan Bandara, he was fantastic in this match. He took the ball to the line. He really pressurised the defence and asked questions about the defenders who were asked to come and tackle him. And he made 3 tries. So for me, Salinda receives 2 points, and Ashan Bandara is our man of the match for the CR and FC versus Army game. Next we head to Willisera, where Navy took on Police. In this game it was a battle of the 2 halfbacks, and it was a weird game because it was 2 halves where in the first half Navy really dominated. So Maduranga, the halfback for Navy, really came into his own in this half. His ball delivery was excellent, but in the second half Hashan Gomez controlled the game well for Police. His ball distribution got them over the advantage line a lot. He scored a wonderful try where he made a little break and then went around the fullback at the end. But for me, so those two receive, Maduranga receives 1 point, Gomez receives 2 points. But for me, the man of the match is the man that played really well in the first half. In the second half, he came back, and when the game was really tight, he made a difference. He scored a try right in the last 5 minutes, and I think he pushed them over the line for Navy. So Dulanjana Wejasinga, he receives 3 points, and he's our man of the match for Navy versus Police. So Kandy hosted Air Force at Nituela at Fortress Kandy, and in this game we saw the continued resurgence of Jason Desanayake. Now he's been getting better and better with each match, and I think he'll continue to get better and better as he comes along. He's good in defence. His line-out work was excellent in this game, so he receives 1 point. Dimitri Weeratunga and Fazil Marija, they were also standouts. For me, Dimitri just controlled everything as far as taking the ball over the advantage line. His defensive play was excellent as well. As far as Fazil Marija is concerned, he takes the ball to the line so hard and he just asks lots of questions about defenders in front of him. He sets up space on the outside by his lines that he runs, and he just takes the ball so close to the advantage line. He trusts his skills to be able to get the ball out wide. So for me, Dimitri Weeratunga, he receives 2 points, and Fazil Marija, he receives 3 points, and he's man of the match for the Kandy Air Force game. So thanks for joining me on Man of the Match. You can drop me a line on the comments below, but I'd like to say something about the referees giving yellow cards and taking players out of the reckoning for best and fairest. You're not able to become a best and fairest player if you do receive a yellow card, and I think referees just need to use a little bit of discretion as far as yellow cards are concerned. And some of the players aren't doing themselves any favours as far as best and fairest is concerned by simulating and trying to get other players yellow cards. So until next week, let's look forward to some more rugby and another session of Man of the Match.